Okay, good morning. I'm just going to do a quick review of Nasdaq Asia session from yesterday evening because unfortunately I took a loss, and what could have been an unnecessary loss if I did just manage my psychology, not hang on to a one-sided idea. As this is tape reading, right? And so you have to look and listen and acknowledge exactly what has happened during the actual process of the candles being printed, and not stick to your one-sided idea, because the candles will tell you exactly what they're going to do. So as you can see on the screen, I've got the Asia session from yesterday evening going into this morning. We had our close. Asia closed here, and we had and opened here. So we would have had this new day opening gap down to here. As you know, the Asia session strategy is to look at the range, the opening range from 6, which is from here, to 7 here, and find the high and the low points. And then after 7 o'clock, you're looking for a reversal above or below the range and taking out liquidity on the other end, or something along those lines, or close to that. So yesterday when I came on, I don't know why you can't see my cells as such. Let me just see if I can get those on. Apologies, let me just connect, and hopefully you'll be able to see all of the trade that I took last night. That was a loss. Okay, so last night I came on and it was just 7:30. I saw this gap here. I saw this is the reversal. I jumped in here, which I would say was a little bit overzealous, and I was a little bit early because I should have waited for this to be rebalanced. We had a small gap here. This should have come back and waited for it to come down here. So obviously you can see it did come back down here. This could have been an opportunity, should have been the opportunity to kind of get in, but my take profit was up here. So all the while I watched this happen, I saw this gap form and this one here, and we got to this. I had marked up this and I was like, wow, this is great. I'm reading this well. I'm seeing all of these fair value gaps. I can read the tape. I know what's going to happen. Yeah, you're going to get rejection, but eventually it's just going to go through it and head up here, because this was a new week opening gap. This acts as a magnet. We've got to go. I know obviously we've closed it already, but it's still a magnet of price and becomes a key area, and the strategy is that it would then take the liquidity that was at the top. Well, as you can see, we got resistance here, and I watched this resistance. I put in this fair value gap. I saw it tap it in, and I was like, okay, I should put my stop loss here, because if it breaks here, then that would validate. I didn't. I had my stop loss down here somewhere, and I just left it there. I wanted to give myself the room. I know Asia can be slow. It might not come in until, early hours of the morning, whatever. Anyhow, I watched all of this happen. I started to think, oh, it's 9 o'clock. We're here. I saw this break down again. And I was watching some random series on Netflix about cheaters, people that cheat and have an unresolved, can they rekindle it, or something along those lines, with Amanda Holden and that American dude. Yeah, that's an interesting one itself if you like the psychology of these things, but I think all these people just want to be on TV and whatever. But anyhow, that's by the by. So as I was watching that, I was also watching these. I saw it tried back down here. I thought, great, this is where we get our support. And then it will go straight up. As you can see, it didn't. We once again went through this. And I think this is the point where you have to look and say, well, you've seen it. It's telling you what it's doing. It's rejecting this level. It doesn't want to go up there. I thought this was building liquidity, building buy-side liquidity. We come down and then we take it all out. That's what I thought was going to happen. Anyhow, I think, in future my cut-off time will have to be midnight if I'm awake. Generally, as I said, I think I said in a previous video that you can just, set, maybe did I say it in the previous video, or maybe I said it to a friend. I love this session because you could just set your take profit and stop loss and leave it and go to bed and see what happens in the morning. Well, I did do that and it was a fail, but the point is that my stop loss was too low. When we got up to here, I should have moved my stop loss below this low in particular, as my, if it drops below low here, then we know that we're going down further. And I didn't. And this is the thing about not listening. I gave myself a wide stop loss all the way down here somewhere because I said to myself, well, give it room. It's going to go back up there. It's supposed to. That's what the algorithm's is trained to do, or what have you. As you can see, as we got up to 10:30, we have another gap, a series of gaps. This was the highest point that we got to. We did take out these highs, the liquidity that was built, and we just reversed and went all the way down. And as you can see, over here is where I hit my stop losses. So that was a great reversal move if you were on the right side of it, but we didn't make it up here. Even in the morning, because I know that sometimes in the morning, that first AM session, you might get it, but we didn't. We found our Asia low, and we didn't take the high at all. So that's what I was thinking. At the worst case scenario, it might happen during London, but I didn't think it would go all the way past here. So yeah, that's basically it. Old habits creeping in terms of the stop loss. At least I did put a stop loss, because if I didn't, I would have blown another account, because as you can see this morning we've just had this happen, and I don't really know what to do with this right now other than wait till 9:30 and see if there is an indication, because I guess my order flow is supposed to be down, but I don't know if we've reached the bottom. If we look at the 1 hour chart, this was my target, which was the equilibrium. Well, no, this is the sell side liquidity. This was the midpoint of here to here, which I had marked on my chart all week, and I said we should 90% chance, if that's the reversal, then this is where we're going, and it happened today. But it didn't happen during the time period that I would have wanted. I was expecting it, because we didn't do it yesterday. I was looking for a reversal to happen at 9:30. I say reversal, I figured that we would head down here after 9:30, and that would be the move, after, open high, close low on that 9 o'clock candle, 10, 11, or what have you. But obviously it happened at 7, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock. So we are now here. So are we going to continue lower? Don't forget we still have this previous week's low and this gap here as a draw to complete this market maker, if you call this a market maker model, original consolidation, left side of the curve, right side of the curve, all the way back down to here, if that is the long-term draw. I say longer-term draw on liquidity. So either way, I am going to be looking for sells today. So at 9 o'clock, we'll see if we open up and manipulate up here, and then look for a reversal to continue further down. As I say, whether that's, you know, this 75 level could be a possible target, or even this previous week low, if we're going to get that bigger move. Do I anticipate a retrace? It is possible. Retrace from where? So that would be a high. Let's see if we would get a 50% retrace would be here. So yeah, up to the 21.91 level. Let me just look at that on 1 hour, or 1 minute, sorry, I'm on 1 hour. Yeah, so that's right in the middle of this series of imbalances. This is the one that took the low. I would be looking for a retrace to that. Yeah, possibly a retrace. So obviously we've got this big series of imbalances. That would be, well, 50% is here, equilibrium is here, otherwise retrace it up to there. So let's wait and see what happens. We've got it looks like a rejection candle here. We're in some kind of consolidation, waiting for the 9:30 open. Here's our 8:30 candle. Price is below the 8:30 and the midnight open. So yeah, I think we could be good for a buy, to be honest, to retrace up to here before continuing lower. But we'll see. And that's it for now. I'll do the voiceover for the New York session, which is about to commence, but I'll do that as a separate video. Cool. Good luck.